Why did you let that happen? All you had to do is raise your hand and it would have died. See, that was called negligence, contributory negligence. Just imagine if the subject was worse and you didn't vote on it.
Anyway, moving forward, this should be a good one. Mandatory chip implants. Should we pass them? And should it happen now?
My name is David O'Connor, Precinct 3. My team has moved forward with this new mandatory microchip implants for the whole nation. We believe that if more people had these, then we would have more security in all different fields. My company specifically has created drones that would be able to find the person by the GPS implant. And besides that, the factors that come into play when a person has a mandatory microchip implant, the benefits are amazing. We can tell people, we could find out what they're doing. We could find out what their medical records are. We could see what their problems are before we even operate on them. The reality of this is beyond all means. Just think of the means of the IRS. The IRS would be able to track everything and be able to take care of all finances. This is revolutionary in itself, and I believe that it should pass.
I'm an anarchist, and even I'll vote against this one.
First, I would like to say I oppose this bill on its face.
Sir, you've been here all day. Could you please state your name and district?
My name is Jeremy Baker. I'm in Precinct 2.
Okay, thank you. You can proceed.
I want to move to table this bill as I believe it's absurd that you guys are even trying to do this. The government doesn't have the authority to do this. If you read the Fourth Amendment, you'll see that you need a warrant to search people. You can't just implant chips in them. So apparently I've been speaking all night long without saying my name or my district. That's great.
Sir, you're going to have to wait until this motion dies before you can make a new motion. Motion denied.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must be a little bit rusty. 1 second. I would like to move for debate on this topic for 5 minutes, please. My name is David O'Connor, Precinct 3, and I will second this man.
Hearing there is a second. You may proceed.
Bills like this are absolutely unconstitutional. They violate the Fourth Amendment in themselves because they basically search your property or your privacy without a warrant. It's violation of the 14th Amendment as well because we have immunities from such violative intrusions. I want to make sure that bills like this do not pass, and I oppose it strongly. Thank you. David O'Connor, Precinct 3. I would like to say that I am in favor of this bill due to the fact that the Constitution is old and it is an outdated document, and we need to move forward in this great country. Thank you very much. Jeremy Baker, Precinct 2. I would like to stress that the Constitution is a contract between the federal government and our national government. We have to protect our people from encroachments by the federal government. The reason why we have a constitution in place is because that very thing happened before, and our founding fathers were aware of it, so they made a contract with the federal government to protect us. We should make sure to keep that in our memory when we make such decisions on such legislation. Thank you very much. And David O'Connor, Precinct 3. Sometimes if you want to get ahead, you have to break the rules. And I'm not saying that the Constitution is a bad thing. What I'm saying is sometimes when you put certain things in the way, such as contracts or little bitty things that you believe in, then you hinder yourself from moving forward. And that's what I'm trying to do, is have us move forward as a country and get us out of this debt. It's not going to happen if we have to keep all these standards and regulations. Understand that, sir. Thank you very much. Jeremy Baker, Precinct 2. The thing that I think that we're overlooking here is not that the regulations and standards and the things that we're trying to hold ourselves back from. And I understand we're trying to move forward because technology is advancing. But what I want to stress is the fact that every time you give the government an inch, it takes at least 2 miles. So if you think about this again, what are they going to do if they start chipping people? Are they going to just turn off your chip so you can't work in society? I believe that we need to think about this before we implement such legislation and understand the impact of the decision that we're making on the people of this country. Thank you very much. David O'Connor, Precinct 3. I think that what you need to understand here, sir, is the fact that we are not government. We are a corporation, and we are moving forward to help the government, okay? So you can keep the Constitution with the government intact because the corporation will be bringing forward this service and this product to the people. Understand that, sir. Jeremy Baker, Precinct 2. I want to thank you very much, David, for clearing that up. That was something that I didn't really think about. The idea that it's a corporation that would be in control of this and not just the government. I believe that is completely out of line. If you think about it, what right does my neighbor have to chip my house with a recording device or a GPS device? I think that that's an encroachment on my right and a trespass. You would be an intruder if you were my neighbor and you did that. I think those are things that we need to consider. And I don't believe that if the government can't do it, what makes it right for my neighbor to do it? Thank you very much.
Our time is rounding up. This is the last speaker.
David O'Connor, Precinct 3. Now, I would like to say that let's take what he has said into consideration. He does bring up some valid points. But what we need to consider is, are we trying to move forward as a nation? We need to make money. We need to bring more money into our economy. The fact is our country needs our help. And if we don't bend the rules a little bit, then we are going to fail as a country. And the federal government will take this country over immediately. This is not something that we need to do. We need to pay them back so we can get back our independence. And if we have to sacrifice a little bit of liberty to get there, then so be it. Thank you very much.
Now to wrap things up, we're going to have a vote on this, see if it passes or fails. Now, if you are against this, go ahead and raise your hands now. And if you're for it, Go ahead and raise your hands now. We'll see when we have a 4-3 vote. The motion fails. Moving forward, we're going to elect delegates now to see who goes to state. In order to be a delegate, you have to have voted and or taken an oath of affiliation to be a part of the party and be registered to vote. If you're able to do that or have done that, you can move forward today to become a delegate because we have many open slots and not enough people showed up today to fill those slots. So all of you could be a delegate if you are a part of the party. I move to nominate everyone here if they qualify. And hearing no opposition, it passes.
I would like to make a motion that we move for recess until we can get the paperwork filled out properly, and that we can add other delegates to the paperwork, considering we need more delegates to go because very many people didn't show up. If that would be the case, can I get a second? David O'Connor, Precinct 3. I second this man.
Well, looks like we're moving for recess then. If I don't see you before then, see you at state.
So, do you think you could think of anybody that would want to come or what?
Man, you tripping.
You know, they brought that bill up in different counties, and it most likely passed, and it's going to be at state, and someone's going to have to defend the people at state. Are you just going to sit at home and not let that happen, or what?
I'm going to pass on whatever you're asking me to do.
You can't be that way, man. I don't want to go either, but somebody has to go, because it seems like if we don't go, who's going to go for us?
Okay, Jeremy, I'll grab my one friend and we'll come down and see if we can't make a difference.